You think that things are going to turn out differently, huh? Well, the ones before you did too. Because they believed that they were in control. And control, well, here's the thing. Humanity is desperate for it. We are seduced by it, deceived by the illusion of it, but we never really possess it. Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us, it's that nature is on its own course. And when we interfere, when humanity tries to put nature into orderly boxes, chaos destroys them. And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the scope and power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win. I know, however, what I would predict. think that things are going to turn out differently, huh? Well, the ones before you did too. Because they believed that they were in control. And control, well tamed. And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win.
What I do is indistinguishable from a miracle. The complexities involved in recreating life millions of years expired, unfathomable. In the right hands, genetic modification is the most powerful tool ever created. Like any tool, it requires skill to wield, and when used correctly, creates art. There are no miracles here. There is science, and my experiments are simply the next step. Why imagine the possibilities when I can make them a reality? Evolution is just the start.
Okay, here's the plan. This is Sanctuary. It's a paradise built to support and sustain multiple species. Our job is to secure as many dinosaurs from Isla Nublar as we can. We need to relocate, rehabilitate, and release them. And the truth is, we're out of time. Mount Sibo will soon erupt, and that explosion is going to return every species on Isla Nublar back to extinction. And after everything I've experienced there, I won't just sit idly by and allow these beautiful creatures to perish. We have the means, and we have the resolve. Let's save some dinosaurs.
New fossil material ready for extraction. Extracting species profile. Proceratosaurus, the most ancient fossil relative of the Tyrannosaurus rex. This dinosaur was discovered from a single incomplete skull found in England, Europe. Extracting species profile. Acrocanthosaurus, meaning high-spined lizard. This large dinosaur slumped its head downward to maintain balance due to the shape of its inner ear. Extracting species profile. Herrerasaurus. One of the oldest and most primitive meat-eating dinosaurs. It had a long, narrow skull and lots of serrated teeth for tearing into the flesh of its prey. New fossil material ready for extraction. Extracting species profile. Dreadnoughtus, a genus of giant titanosaurian sauropod dinosaur. With a body the size of a house, the weight of a herd of elephants, Dreadnoughtus would have feared nothing. Extracting species profile. Carcharodontosaurus, a genus of large carnivorous theropod that existed during the Cenomanian stage of the mid-Cretaceous period. Extracting species profile. Iguanodon, a genus of ornithopod dinosaur. It was an herbivore that normally walked on all fours, but that could also stand on its hind limbs. New fossil material ready for extraction. Extracting species profile. Homalocephali sported a thick, flat skull, which was used to headbutt others of its genus in competition, and would have helped to protect it from predators. Extracting species profile. Nigersaurus, a large herbivore dinosaur that had a flat, vacuum-shaped mouth packed with hundreds of teeth and comically wide jaws. Extracting species profile. Dryosaurus was a swift and agile plant-eating dinosaur with an elongated neck, slender but powerful back legs, and a long, stiff tail to balance its body.